Okay, let's have a quick look at what I bought at the auction on Saturday. Let's first look at the receipt here. You can see that I went to E.S. Eldridge's and bought 8 different lots. And you can see that 4 of those lots are license plates. To be honest, I'm not sure which pair goes with which purchase price, so I'm going to consolidate those for accounting purposes into a single lot for the entire purchase amount. But you can see here I spent $175 in bids. It was the buyer's premium of $26.25, which was a total of $201.25. This folding chair was a personal purchase of $15, so that plus the buyer's premium is going to be removed from the overall cost for accounting purposes for the budget. But let's have a look at the items. The first thing that we're going to look at is these license plates. I mentioned that I got 4 different lots of plates, and you can see them here all stacked together. The New York Suburban plates is a matched pair from 1957. Below that is a matched pair of New Jersey license plates from 1939. And then the next 2 down are a matched pair of plates from 2 different years. That's the same number, though, from New Jersey in 1942 and 1944. And then the same setup with the 1944 and 1945 license plates is a matched pair from different years. That one also actually has one of the original mailing envelopes from the Registry of Motor Vehicles, or whatever the equivalent was at the time. The next thing that I got was these Wilson safety glasses. You can see they have a nice cobalt blue lens. They're in very nice condition, and people collect Wilson safety goggles, and cobalt blue lenses tend to be popular in general. Those were a $25 bid. Over here, I had mentioned a set of Flow Blue china, and that's what this is. And Flow Blue is a type of pottery that was made mostly in England, although also in Germany and the United States and France, but predominantly in England, mostly in the 19th century, although a little bit into the 18th century and a little bit into the 20th century. And it's a transfer decorated earthenware that has then had ammonium chloride added during the firing process, which caused the ink in the transfer to bleed into the porous earthenware, and it's created this flow effect, this blurred line. You can see it really well in this bowl here. Some of the pieces tend to be a little more crisp, like this. These are the exact same patterns. So you can see there are a lot of variations in the degree of flowing, and they didn't really have much control over that. Most of these pieces are of the Touraine pattern. Some, like this top platter here, are in very poor condition. Others, like the platter below it, are in very nice condition. I paid $30 for the set overall. I suspect I should get over $100 once I piece this out. One interesting note: this particular pattern was made by 2 different companies that purchased the transfer plates. Henry Alcock was one company, and the other was Stanley Pottery. And I have both companies represented in this collection. And then the last thing that I purchased was mostly this set of playing cards, but there were also some additional toys and bits and bobs in the lot. Most playing cards are not terribly collected, although these are most of these are fairly old. Those cards there are not terribly old at all, obviously. But you've got some nice early revenue stamp marks on these. Even the aviator cards there are an earlier stamp. But mostly what I was interested in was down here in this bottom row. These Congress playing cards with a nice Art Deco figure. Those should have some good value. This master pack of cards, trick cards, are probably worth about $10 or $15. The biggie was probably these planters cards. Somebody is trying to get $400 opening bid for a pack of these cards on eBay. I don't think they're worth nearly that much money, but they should have some good value. And then there are these signal flash cards for learning different flag signals. This red case here is a double deck from Holland America Line's cruise ships, and it's a bridge set. It's got the original scoring card and scoring pencil with it, so that's kind of nifty. This here, this Polly Pet household set, is a neat little toy set that you could buy in this box, and you can see what the contents were there. And the box itself becomes this table, and then there were a few other things, an ironing board and a potato masher and a washboard there, that were all included in it. These comic strips here are sort of interesting. I think they came out of a series of magazines that that one was encouraged to try to paste together the strips over the course of time, and having some focus problems here. I doubt they're terribly valuable, but I need to do a little research on them. There we go. And so there you have it. Kind of a nice little collection. Didn't spend a terribly large amount of money on it, and I'm going to try to get those processed for listing before I head out on vacation, so that the end of the auction can coincide with the end of my vacation. But this will be my last video until I get back. Thanks.